Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tebogo Masemola, and welcome to another episode of Raga Chat with Masemola. Now, as you guys know, last week we spoke about what could potentially be the match of the season between the Crusaders and the Blues, and boy, did they not disappoint. That match had everything from skill to fire to flair, and it was absolutely nerve-wracking. So, in today's show, I'm going to give you guys 3 reasons why I believe that the Crusaders ended up coming up on top against a very tough Blue side, 26-15. So I hope you guys will enjoy the show. So, thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me. So, here's one of the reasons why I believe that the Blues could not beat the Crusaders. And number one is obviously the championship rounds. Now, most of you will be asking yourself, what are the championship rounds? The championship rounds are the rounds where teams are now under pressure or where they should maintain the pressure that they have on the team. And in the Blues perspective, the championship rounds, the main rounds were the last 10 minutes of the first half and the last 20 minutes of the second half. And that's where the Blues lost the game totally. When we look at the last 10 minutes of the first half between the Crusaders and the Blues, Richie Mo'unga was able to score a 3-pointer after the Crusaders were behind 7-0 and ended up finishing the half at 6-7 to end the half. So those were the championship round that were crucial, which meant that the Crusaders went into the dugout with a mindset that they are within a point to win this game, all right, or to level the game. And then we look at the last 20 minutes between the Crusaders and the Blues. And when we think about it, this is where the Blues, as we all know, the Blues are not a championship side yet. The Blues are not the same as the Crusaders. So they were the underdogs in this game. Honestly speaking, they were the underdogs in this game, and that's when their mindset had to shift. That's where they had to know that, okay, now we're going to have to defend with our lives, which they did, but they just could not maintain the pressure of the likes of Will Jordan, Richie Mo'unga, who was an outstanding player in that game, especially in the second half. And they ended up conceding a try and 3 more points in that. So that's where the Crusaders were able to come out on top. And that's where the Blues were able to just come up that little bit short. And knowing a championship side like the Crusaders, if you don't capitalize and you don't maintain what you already have against them, because they are a championship side, they will destroy you. They will destroy you. And in all honesty, they made the results between them and the Blues look more disrespectful than what it should have been. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the second reason why I believe that the Crusaders were just too strong for the Blues. Now we are talking big match players. Now, when we talk about big match players, we're looking at the players who either have experience or have that X factor to win you games. Now, when we looked at the Blues, we mentioned guys such as Beauden Barrett, Hoskins Sotutu, Patrick Tupoilutu. We looked at guys such as Caleb Clark, and those guys in the first half had an exceptional first half. The game was flowing. Everything was going well for them defensively, attack-wise, kicking-wise. Everything was going well for them. And that's when we can actually say that a game can be broken down into 2 halves. Because when you look at the Crusader side of things, players such as Richie Mo'unga, Jack Goodhue, David Havili, those oaks were not having a great game. They were not having a great game, but they showed a mindset of being big match players. In knowing that in the first half, they were under a lot of pressure from the Blues. They just kept coming. The tackles were going in. The tackles were hard. They were getting turned over with possession and everything. And they were able to take it and come up in the second half and produced what was possibly the greatest comeback. And I'm not talking greatest comeback in terms of the result. No. I'm talking the greatest comeback in terms of mentality and showing that they are the big match players that they deserve to be. In the second half, the Blues just could not take what they were giving. When they started getting attacked, when they started getting tackled and everything, that's where the mistakes started happening. You look at Beauden Barrett. Before this week, we were all talking about how Beauden Barrett has been able to do his ABCs right. He's been calm under pressure. He's been doing well. But in this game, he just couldn't do it. He just couldn't do it. And it was up to guys such as Richie Mwanga for the Crusaders to come out and show the importance of big match players. Look at how everyone, and especially myself, when Will Jordan was not picked to start for this game, I was up in arms. I was up in arms as to why would you leave a player like that out of a match that is so important. And he just came out there and he absolutely shocked the world by scoring again. Those are the big match players. And unfortunately for the Blues, they just did not have that. They did not have that. It's okay to do well in the first half and in the championship round, but you have to last the whole game. You have to last the whole game. And that is unfortunately what the Crusaders just did. And unfortunately for the Blues, they just didn't. Ladies and gentlemen, the third and final reason as to why the Crusaders were just too strong for the Blues and that the Blues could not handle them was defense. Now, when you look at the game, it's actually poised at 2-2, the tries that were scored in that game. But defense in crucial moments of the game. Looking back at your championship rounds, when the Crusaders were under a lot of pressure defensively, they only conceded one try in the first half and one try in the second half. But they managed to keep the points from not going over that. When you look at the kick from Otira Black that was charged down, you can look at it and say that was a defensive move. And that's what they did better than the Blues. When the Blues were getting attacked and attacked and attacked by the Crusaders, they just could not defend it. And that's why they were able to concede so many penalties, 12 penalties to 6. And as we all know, defense wins games. You can't go from defending well into not defending that well in the second half. The mindset needs to always be the same. So that was the problem with the Blues, is that they could not defend in the crucial stages of the game. And that's how the Crusaders was just able to overpower them and just make the game slip away from the Blues by just scoring points after points after points. And unfortunately, if you can't defend in the most important stages of the game, then you're not expected to win rugby games, especially against championship sides like the Crusaders, with big match players. Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy again, Tebogo Masimula, and thank you so much to everybody who liked and subscribed to the video. This was my review of the Crusaders versus the Blues game, and I hope that you guys really enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know down below on the comments, and please like and subscribe to the video. Thanks guys.